This is Project Area. My name is Hannah Lee, and I worked on the like page and the sign up page.
And hello, my name is Caitlin Fox, and I worked on the apartment search page and the homepage.
So the outlines that we will be briefly talking about during this presentation will be the problem and what our solution to that problem was, our style guides, the prototypes, and our next steps.
So when it came down to the problem, we realized that majority of students are not able to afford to move to a new home or apartment. And in more particular, about 40% of students live with their parents due to not being able to afford to live near campus, and that about 60% of those students do actually live on their own. And then as for students, we realized that affordability is just not likely, and that students who live with their parents, they tend to take certain things for granted, as in like money and food, supplying for themselves, creating that nice structural grid of time, or using their time of day. And so as then students who do end up trying to live on their own after college tend to struggle.
So one of the supporting information that we came down to was the trends in housing arrangements. So if you look at the graph on to the right, you see a red and blue color that shows the students that lived away from parents or without their parents. That was 60% of students lived on their own. And as you can see onto the right, we had 40% of roughly of students that lived with their parents.
So based on this research that we gathered for our personas, we put together Julia, who is a college student. She is looking for a place to live around or on campus university area while she is joining a university, but unfortunately rent is an issue, and potentially finding a roommate is also in order. And then additionally, this is Kristen. She is mother of a college student. As research and based on personal experience, when looking for an apartment, usually apartments do not accept payments from students because they are not able to make 3 or 4 times criteria of being able to afford the apartment. So many times what apartments will do is they will accept a guarantor for proof of payment.
So our solution proposal was an app called Area. This app will help find apartments for students that are looking for that range of affordability. And if they didn't have that roommate or just anybody to share that rent with, we actually have a system incorporated into our app to help find your other mate.
So what compares us and makes us different compared to other apartment search applications is obviously majority applications have that filter to find an apartment, but we provide a little something extra. We provide the option to let you see roommates bios, what they are like as a roommate and types of roommates they are interested in looking for, and yeah.
And so our style guide, this was our color palette. Our color palette had a range of very bright colors. This was determined through the research of different college apartments. These apartments that were directing themselves towards students had very bright colors. So we chose a set of colors that we thought would help attract more students, more customers, and more clients into this apartment, just making them use this app a little more efficiently. For our typography, we have our header, which is Segoy UI Black, and our body copy, Segoy UI Light.
As for imagery, our primary imagery would be of images of inside of the apartment, furnished and non-furnished. Furnished would be an option for students to select if that's what they're looking for and can afford. And then as a secondary imagery, it would be a college student either moving into an apartment or around other college students on the university with a bright pop of color as their background.
And so as for our format, we have a mobile for iPhone 10, and for tablets, we chose an iPad 2. And as for our desktop view, we chose an iMac.
So when we were putting together a mission and vision and tagline, we put together that our mission for students is providing student residents with affordable living and allowing them to have the college experience in a tasteful, modern, new apartment or dorm. As for the vision, we want to provide that help for students to experience college in a cozy, modern new home, but reducing the stressful process of finding a home and as well as a roommate. And then for our tagline, it is finding the right place at the right time.
And so for our mobile prototypes, we have our homepage. You would sign up, check if you wanted to look for a roommate, and this was our homepage. It was filled with a lot of color and some imagery towards the back. As for our apartments, after you signed in, you would check out that apartment search in the hamburger menu, check out that move-in and out date. You were able to check out the type of apartments. You could check out the amenities, which was like air conditioning, small dogs availability, or distance and descriptions. And for our like page, after you signed up, you would go into that menu, you would check out your like or your favorites, and your favorites would be shown up through this page after you press that heart button, which would turn into that orange color and would be dropped into that like page. If you were able to check out that little clip at the end, right over here, you can see an arrow. That arrow defines the price fluctuations. So Collab's apartments were actually raising in price during this time after you checked it out last time.
So now into our tablet prototype, we changed things a little bit up, but still similar look. So you would sign in, log in. As you see, the homepage is very inviting, very student-oriented, so students feel comfortable when they are going into the page. And then for the apartment search, you would go from the homepage to the hamburger menu bar. You would select the apartment search. As you can see, you're able to see apartments that are available, amenities that you would like to be seen within that apartment. And then as you click on the bottom section with those apartments that are available based on your circumstances and filter, you're able to see more of the amenities and the room types, and as well as the distance from the apartment to the campus. And then if you like that apartment, as Hannah mentioned earlier, you're able to click the heart button that's at the top right corner, and it changes to that bright orange color. So then when you go to favorites page, you're able to see that. And then you're able to see all of the places that you liked, and you're able to see those price fluctuations.
As for our desktop prototypes, this was our homepage. We changed up the style a little bit. You would check if you wanted to look for a roommate. The homepage stayed the same between the mobile and the tablet to the desktop. It's still bright in color. It has all the tabs up there you need. As for our apartments, the apartment was changed a little bit after you checked out that homepage. You would select that apartment search. You could check out all the different types of apartments that were available. You can also check out that price range. It ranged from a good 600 to 1,400. And if you clicked on more, you could see the room types. We had studio, 2 bedrooms, 1 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, 4 bedrooms. So for this module, we chose that 1 bedroom. We were looking at any baths. And as we were looking at amenities, you could see if it was dog friendly, cat friendly, furnished. You could see the minimum and maximum square feet you wanted and check out the ratings of those apartments as well. On the side, you can see a map of seeing like what's nearby, how close your school is, and so on. For our like page, after you signed in, if you wanted to look for a roommate, you would go into that menu tab, and right over here you can see that arrow. This shows that River Point apartments were lowering their prices, in fact, while Collabs right over here was increasing their prices.
So as for what's next, I'll go over to our timeline. So in January, when this project first started, we put together our mood boards, sketches, and wireframes as for our idea for this governmental issue. And then in February, we conducted all the research that we just went over and the process of making the app's identity. And then in March, we created those prototypes in high fidelity and low fidelity, which you just saw the high fidelity screenshot, and as well as putting together this presentation for you guys. And now in April, here we are ready to launch.
Thank you for your time.
And if you have any questions, let us know, and you can contact us through Canvas.
Thank you.
Thank you.